US and Taliban negotiators include coordinated on a project scope for a world transactions searching to put an end to the 17-year dispute in Afghanistan, Washington's top mediator has told. U.S. negotiators detained 6 days of negotiations in the Taleban in Qatar recent 1 week. The Afghani CEO has done a new urge for straight negotiations in the Islamic team, but they include so far rejected, dismissing them by the government as puppets. The team controlled the nation of 1996 to 2001 and stay atop rebel strength. Their guideline ended while the U.S. invaded Afghanistan following Al-Qaeda, that had utilized the nation as a basis, transferred out the 9/11 attacks in the U.S. Analysts say it could be year up a main world transactions is achieved. Zalmay Khalilzad, the U.S. specific member for Afghanistan conciliation, was in Kabul to short the Afghani by the government on the negotiations. The Trump card authorities' policy has been to put blood pressure on the Taliban to conduct negotiations in the Afghani by the government. It is studying a complete departure of U.S. military, in back for a ceasefire and an obligation by the Taliban to these straight negotiations. The Taliban say they will just start talks in the by the government one day. A company day for detachment departure has been coordinated. The 17-year dispute has inflicted enormous losing of lifetime. On to UN figures, among 6,000 and 11,000 civilian population include been annihilated each year with 2009. In the New York Times interviewing, Mr. Khalilzad told the Taliban had incorporated not to offer bomber groups of Al-Qaeda secure refuge, a key consumer demand of Washington if it pulls out military. This Taliban include devoted, to our gratification, to do which is required how would hinder Afghanistan of always proper a plate for world bomber groups or individuals, he told. Before the interviewing, the U.S. messenger had just liberated a episode of tweets on the negotiations. Proverb, considerable advance had been done but out of provided detailed information. The Taliban formal, talk on state of anonymous, told the committees would identification means of communication for the departure, and how lot period is necessary. We offered 6 months, but are versatile. It is frequently told how down there is no war decision for the U.S. and its allies in Afghanistan. The U.S. attitude is substantially to persuade the Taliban how they cannot win each. But is the policy subsequent? At one standard the advance in the present negotiations would propose it is. But the fact is how the Taliban are talk of a stance of family member force. Losses among the Afghani safety forces are drama. The by the government just controls or influences area comprising several couple thirds of the people. No imagines how the Afghani war can be personality supporting any period quickly. Exact metric of the real safety position are difficult to discover. A enormous sum of rotation comes of U.S. war source. Now CEO Trump card is signal how he wants several, and ultimately all, U.S. military of. But the policy justification U.S. departure remnant both of vague and not clear. On Monday, Afghani CEO Ashraf Ghani given a crisp appeal to the Taliban to say immediately to his by the government. He alluded to fears how freedoms could be lose if the Taliban were to stake force. Females' rights activists include pronounced special anxiety due to the militants' cruel treat of female while they ran the nation. We are devoted to enabling world, he told. Yet down there are values that are non-negotiable, for example domestic oneness, domestic independence, regional consistency, a strong and qualified center by the government and main rights of the countrymen of the nation. On to Mr. Ghani's office space. In a meet on Saturday, Mr. Khalilzad rejected how down there had been any discussions in the Taliban on next management institutional arrangement in Kabul. The Taliban's force and achieve include surged with overseas fight military leftward Afghanistan in 2014. Thousands of NATO-led military stay in learning, supporting and resist terrorism roles. The U.S. has the greatest accidental, in 14,000. U.S. CEO Donald Trump card is according to reports examining withdrawing part of these. On 8,000 of else 38 countries are as well this. It is alleged how on 15 millionth human beings, part the Afghani people, are residing in areas each controllable by the Taliban or wherever the militants are publicly this and routinely install attacks.